A cased-in book will never lie flat when opened, but the cover should always open fully. If you glue the end papers to the book cover incorrectly, the book will never open the way it's supposed to. This is one of the main problems new bookmakers have when constructing a hardbound or cased-in book. I'll show you how to do this so it always works, but the key is this. The spine of the text block has to be flush with the spine of the bookboard. That's what allows it to open correctly. When the book is open, the text block will move away from the bookboard along the spine, which is why you want to make sure you don't get any glue on the spine of the text block. But when the book is closed, it should be snug up against the bookboard spine. This video is all about attaching your textbook to your cover. If you need to see how to construct the cover and the text block, watch these videos. So I have my work area prepared. I have PVA glue and a brush and barrier paper for spreading the glue. Snug the text block into the cover as it will be when the book is closed, with the spine of the text block touching the spine of the cover, and evenly spaced between the top and bottom of the edges of the cover. Open the cover and place a piece of scrap paper between the end papers as a glue barrier. Start by spreading glue under the mull. Press the mull down into the glue and then add more glue on top of the mull and the rest of the end paper. Be careful not to get any glue on the spine as you're doing this. Try to hold the text block in place as you're applying the glue, but don't panic if it does shift around. As hard as I try not to, half the time I do this, I move the text block accidentally as I'm applying the glue. I never panic about this though, because once you know how the text block needs to sit within the cover, it's easy to get it back where it belongs. Once you have the glue evenly spread over the entire end paper, remove any glue from your fingers and carefully remove the barrier paper. Be extra careful not to drag the front side of the end paper into any excess glue on the barrier paper. Keep your fingers in between the end papers so you can manipulate the text block in case it shifted during the gluing process, and also to hold it firmly in place once you have it correctly positioned. Make sure you have it positioned evenly from top to bottom and get as close to what you think is correct for the side-to-side placement. You'll make this exact in a moment. Bring the cover up to the text block and push the spine so that it's touching the spine of the cover. Check one last time that the block is centered top and bottom. Hold firmly onto the block and close the cover down on the end paper, releasing your hold and removing your fingers so you can bring the cover all the way down. Press firmly to adhere the cover to the end paper. Turn the book over, open it, and firmly press the end paper down. If you use a bone folder, place a clean piece of paper on top of the end paper. The paper will still be a little damp from the glue and easy to mar, so you want to use the paper to protect it. Pay special attention to the fold. Now turn the book over and glue the second side the same way. This side is easier because it doesn't move around as you're applying the glue. Once you've applied the glue to the entire end paper, use the same hand position as before, placing it between the end papers, and carefully fold the second cover over, making sure that the spine of the text block is once again touching the spine of the cover. Press the cover down firmly and once again turn the book over and press the end paper down with a bone folder. The last step is to put the book under weight to dry thoroughly. Before you do this, put a piece of waxed paper in between the end papers on each side. This will block any moisture from the glue, having an effect on the rest of the paper, potentially distorting it. I also add a piece of blotter paper between the waxed paper and the book cover. This isn't necessary, it just aids with the drying, but don't skip the waxed paper. That's it. Just remember the key to getting your cased-in books to open and close correctly is to make sure the text block is snug against the spine when you glue it to the cover.